and I pick up the cracked silver frame from its shelf. I study my little sister's bright eyes and dimpled smile one last time, memorizing her features. And then I take a breath and pull back the heavy sheet metal that covers the door, protecting against the tide. This room once opened into a bright hallway, lined with paintings, surrounding a stone staircase, but that was before La Grande Inondazione, the greatest flood Rome has ever known. Now the Tyrrhenian Sea laps at my doorstep, and when I venture outside, only a small wooden ledge separates me from the water. In this new Rome, the only place to go is up. Each surviving structure has a ledge, or a makeshift dock like mine, that connects to the passerella, raised walkways far above the ground that lead us like a map to the places we need most. The upper stories of the basilica, hospital, and city hall, the Wi-Fi cafe, and even the public school's remaining classrooms are all accessible from here. Of course, most of us stopped going to school after the flood. The Wi-Fi cafe is the most common gathering place for the survivors, and where I'd ordinarily be heading myself in a few hours to watch the news with my neighbors and listen to accounts of similar catastrophes wreaking havoc in other parts of the world. It's our daily reminder that the earth doesn't hate us alone. We've all seen the jarring photos of New York's Times Square, its bright thoroughfares transformed into a deep river marked by the roofs of sagging Broadway theaters. We've followed the never-ending media reports about the curious case of our disappearing beaches, from America to Australia and beyond. The sea change is coming for everyone, rich and poor alike. For those of us who want to travel across the Tyrrhenian, each of our docks houses a small wooden motorboat. It sounds like an easy out, right? Just hop in your boat and steer north toward Tuscany, leaving this sinking city behind. Only it's not so simple. The rising tides and rough waves make the hours-long trip a risky one, and those who do arrive in the Tuscany region find it an overcrowded mess. It's not exactly an easy glide from there to the train station or airport either. There's a months-long waiting list to escape, and only those flush with euros can afford it. Even if you do manage to get out, who's to say your new city or country of refuge won't be the next one hit by the climate's destructive sweep? I wasn't always a quitter. In the first months following the flood, I was like any other survivor, scrambling to stay alive. Some of my neighbors had a safety net, relatives from dry regions who could take them in, or bank accounts filled with savings to help them rebuild. Not me. There was nothing to do but wait for the EU disaster relief funds to trickle their way toward me, if they came at all. So I found my own way. I knew there were treasures at the bottom of the sea, mementos my neighbors would pay a mint for, but none of them would venture into the water where so many of us drowned. Only I was hungry enough, desperate enough, and could survive the deep dives. I'd done it before without any breathing equipment, back in my competitive swimming days. Only then I was just showing off for my teammates. Now, my skill could actually keep me alive. So I became a scavenger. My first week, I unearthed Raphael's Madonna of Foligno from the wreckage of the Vatican. It was so water-damaged that you could barely make out the Virgin Mary and Child in the foreground. But I knew someone would see its value. I was right. The painting paid for a month of my meals. And in my second week, I found a purse of commemorative coins from 2004, their emblem featuring the centenary of Puccini's Madama Butterfly. They were worth only €5 each, but being collector's items, I was able to fetch double. I kept going, scavenging and selling as each day bled into the next, until I found the true riches, curled up together in a bed of algae. Papa's slippers, Mama's book.